Hello everyone and welcome to this in-depth look at the chance for a cold snap or cold spell coming up at the end of the coming week. So starting off with the GFS midnight run on Wednesday, November 22nd at midday, we can see that at this point we have an area of high pressure just to our southwest, bringing in a very mild westerly flow. We've also got an area of the PV around Greenland, and that is an area of very cold air with wintry showers. Also, we have a ridge around Newfoundland and this area of low pressure on the jet stream to the east of Newfoundland. And these four features are very important in in the evolution of any cold spell, and I'll show you why right now. So into Wednesday evening, Thursday morning, we see this low pressure on the jet stream near Newfoundland from a trough on the jet where it gets stuck, and ahead of it we see this strong southerly wind wafting warm air from the Azores all the way to Greenland, and this is called warm air advection. To the east of this warm southerly wind, this is where we're likely to see a ridge forming. So that promotes a ridge to form over Greenland from this general area of high pressure around Ireland. This helps the trough near Greenland sink southwards towards Scandinavia, and what happens now is that low towards Canada gets stuck and helps that ridge form towards Greenland. Combined with the trough over Scandinavia, we pull down a northerly wind over the weekends towards Friday, Saturday and Sunday. We see our first northerly shot of the season. So this brings some properly cold air down from the north. If you look at the upper air temperatures, we can see that the -5 ice storm comes in from the north on Friday, then stays through Saturday, Sunday, so some cold air through the weekend, also into Monday. But by then, the pressure shows that we've got this area of low pressure coming towards Greenland, and that shunts the block away, and we then revert to more of a northwesterly flow, but still quite chilly with that, with possible frost and wintry showers. This cold spell will bring a lot of frost with it, sunshine by day, wintry showers on exposed coasts, so especially the north coast could see some snow over the weekend if it comes off. Then we go towards December and we see a ridge to the south, low to the north, basically back to square one, and we're seeing westerly winds, southwesterly winds, areas of rain at times, driest in the south and wettest in the north, and we end up on Tuesday, the 5th of December, with the highs to the south as expected. This is the GFS 6 run. So running from Wednesday at midday again. So same scenario here, pretty much the same. Let's see what happens now. So that low towards Canada gets stuck there, and we waft up that southerly ahead of it. Warm air advection helps the ridge get to Greenland. The centre of the ridge goes from Ireland to Greenland, and that trough goes towards Scandinavia, bringing down that northerly flow. On Friday, it's a bit half-hearted, but by Saturday, we see a full-blown northerly, wintry showers on coasts, frosty nights. Into Sunday and Monday, we see this little low go towards Greenland, pushing the block away before we go westerly again. We see some milder air coming in, but we still see a ridge to our west, and that helps us get a wind from the northwest again into next week. So we get some more cold weather of that. Into December, we see a northerly flow, quite light one, but still frosty with that, possibly a few wintry showers, and then we see a ridge form right over us, and that brings frosty weather. So by night, very frosty, severe frost in places, but by day, cold and sunny. So we definitely, it's like we've got some cold protection on the way. Upper temperatures with this, looking cold from Friday onwards, that -5 ice storm coming southwards. Then we see a brief milder sector there on Monday, before we see some colder weather again behind that. Then we go into high pressure and some cold upper temperatures in December. That'd be very cold and frosty actually, under high pressure. Now, we can also look at it through ensemble graphs. So if it's Dublin, here we go. This is the GFS 6Z ensemble graph. So what this is showing is each member of the GFS model. The GFS has 30 ensembles, 30 different runs, and that each show different things. It helps you, running a model several times helps you test whether an outcome is likely to occur or not. I can see that into around Thursday, Friday time, we see a big plunge in the upper temperatures here. The green line is what I showed you, that 6Z run, and we can see that throughout the ensemble from Friday onwards, we have a cluster around here that get the temperature down to -5 at 850 HPA and keep it there for a while into the start of December. So we see about a week-long cold spell here from many members of the GFS ensembles. It has to be said that there are some warmer outliers around average to above average, but it's clear that the majority of the GFS ensembles are going for that cold spell and actually keeping it going for a week. This is the ECM 12. This is the ECM 12Z run from last night. Okay, so again, same sort of scenario around Wednesday, Thursday time. That low is a little further eastwards, and actually it doesn't get stuck around Canada. It moves eastwards, and there's less of a southerly ahead of it. So that makes it harder for a ridge to form around Greenland. We get a ridge there, but we keep the ridge to ourselves, and that makes the cold go into Europe actually, and we stay mild for a time. So into the weekend, we see a block forming over Greenland, and actually, what we see then is the lows over us going southwards. So by Sunday and Monday next week, we go cold and wintry, and with this low, there could be snow in land actually on Monday, the 27th of November. And we go into a long fetch northerly flow for a time on the 28th with the -5 ice storm coming down southwards. So it takes a bit longer with the ECM, but we get there in the end. Let's look at the ECM ensembles then. ECM, WF, and temperatures. Okay, so that green line, the operational run, this one here, it is one of the colder outlier members there, but there are ensembles that go for it, but there's a lot more scatter in these members, so the ECM is less bullish about a cold spell coming up. This is the UK Met run. So again, we've got that low towards Canada and the ridge towards us. The low towards Canada does have quite a nice southerly to it, so that helps the ridge go towards Iceland and Greenland. On this run though, the ridge doesn't go far enough north for us to tap into that cold air properly, so most of the cold goes towards Europe, and we say blocks and miles in terms of upper temperatures, but on the surface, frost and fog. Upper temperatures like this, the -5 ice storm goes into the UK, but we stay above freezing with the upper temperatures actually on this run, so not really a cold shot here. Then the GEM is looking at this, the midnight run. So here we go again. Okay, so on the GEM run, this low moves towards Greenland, and there's not really a southerly to it. It's more of a circular low, and it just sits towards Greenland on Friday, and that keeps the ridge over us totally. There's no chance of it going north, so we see a westerly flow throughout, and not really much doing with cold weather except for a possible northwesterly snap around Monday, the 27th of November. That's it. And after that, westerly winds again. There's nothing much doing with cold from that run. If we look at the ensemble from this one, goes to the GEM. Okay, so get rid of this. Yeah, so you can see that there is a lot of scatter with this. There are cold runs down here, but equally there's some mild runs up there. And the average, the mean, is around the average line for temperatures. So this one is totally unclear. It doesn't know what it wants yet. So we'll just have to wait and see about that one. Then the icon midnight run first. Sorry, yeah, midnight run first. I don't know why the 6 is there. Okay. I think I may have. Okay, yeah, okay, it's fine. Okay, so Wednesday, we have this low system to the east of Canada, wafting up the southerly winds ahead of it. Deep PV towards Greenland, a lot of cold air there, and the ridge to our south. That low sits towards Canada. It goes towards Greenland, but the ridge beats it to Greenland. We see sort of a half-hearted northerly over the weekends. And we keep it quite cold towards Sunday with a slack northerly flow. Frost and fog by nights, sunshine by day. But I think that this ridge will break. It is quite flimsy, and this low will probably roll on top of it, and this jet stream will come in. Next is the Icon 6Z run. So here we go. This is the final one of these. Okay, where are we? Okay, there we are. So in this one, this low is charging towards Greenland and Iceland. We have a southwesterly ahead of it that keeps the ridge over us. So that low becomes more of a stormy low, a very circular low, not much of a long stretch southerly ahead of it. So that ridge stays over us. It tries to go northwards, but doesn't really succeed. Scotland ends up in cold air, but we are in mild air, very, very mild air, actually, by Friday. So it's very uncertain as to how it will turn out. It's always to do with the exact, the position of Wednesday. This low here, the exact position and orientation of this low, and this ridge. Well, okay, mainly this low and this ridge. Because if this low sits over here, gets stuck, and a long stretch southerly forms ahead of it, then this ridge will go towards Greenland. It wants to. But if this low goes stormy and moves towards Greenland quite quickly, then this ridge will stay towards us. This low will go here. Cold air goes to Europe. We miss out. It's very complex. Exact positions depend, exact positions will change everything. Okay, so the GFS is quite consistent about this cold snap, cold spell thing, and so are the ensembles. The ECM a bit less. The GEM just totally bonkers. Doesn't know what it's doing. The Icon half-hearted about it on the midnight run, but this run, the 6Z run, doesn't want it at all. The UK Met run tries to get it going, but not really, that high. Needs to go further north. So it's all to play for. I'll keep updated over the next few days. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.